This is an election communication on behalf of the Landless Peasant Party. Vote for Derek Jackson because land is power and you don't have any. We are landless peasants in our own nation, our own country, our own land. We do not own our nation, nor is it held for our benefit nor on our behalf. 6,000 people own 70% of our nation, and from the day we are born, we are peasants, with no right to the very essence of our country, the land. Yet we will work, pay tax, fight, and die to defend it. We are liable for the debts of our nation. We are the people business extracts its profits from. We are the landless peasants of this nation, living in 24 million homes on 7% of the land, like livestock. We might as well be their pets. Unable to live by our own means, we have no choice but to take part in economic slavery. Land is power. Landlessness is slavery. Our lives have been reduced to a collection of utility bills and what we do to earn money to pay them.
Even though you have a television bigger than your living room, you're still a landless peasant in your own land. 6,000 people own most of this country, and you're not one of them. I can tell that by the way you're all crammed in together in this little ghetto, this posh little ghetto. You're just chickens, cooped up, economic units, economic slaves for the few wealthy families who own this nation and for who we all work. That's right, we work, we pay taxes, we pay off the debts, and we die for this country which we do not even own. We might as well be the livestock of a few wealthy people. You're being bled dry. Your lives are nothing but work, tax, and exploitation. You are landless peasants in your own land. Landless peasants with no right to the very essence of this nation. No right to the one thing that humans need to live on, land. Vote landless peasant because you don't have any. And without land, you're just a slave. Even if you have got a television bigger than your living room, even if you owe the bank vast amounts of money for your little hut, you're still a peasant, a landless peasant, grafting away for your owners who are laughing in your face. Who do we owe all the money to? Who do we owe the money to? We owe the money to the same people who own us. They're laughing at you, and your debts, and your taxes, and they're going to go on laughing at you as long as you're landless peasants. This is an election communication on behalf of landless peasants. That's you. We are the landless peasants of this nation, unless you are one of the 6,000 people who own most of this country, and I can tell you're not. By the way, you're all crammed into this little ghetto, this little posh ghetto, where you go to sleep after you've worked. Worked to pay the debt, to pay the taxes, to buy the things you need for life. You're just economic units. You might as well be the pets of the few wealthy people who own you, lock, stock, and barrel. Even if you have got a Bentley, Joe, that's a lovely Bentley, but you're still a landless peasant. No matter how much money you've got, no matter how big your television, you're just a landless peasant.
We are the landless peasants of this nation, living in 24 million homes on 7% of the land, like livestock. We might as well be their pets. Unable to live by our own means, we have no choice but to take part in economic slavery. Land is power. Landlessness is slavery. Our lives have been reduced to a collection of utility bills and what we do to earn money to pay them. Our laws and institutions are run by and for the few families who own this country. Our democracy allows us representation in the House of Commons. We're still called commoners. We're still peasants. We might as well be their pets. landless peasant. Vote for Derek Jackson. Vote Land is Power, because you don't have any. This is an election communication on behalf of the Landless Peasant Party. Vote for Derek Jackson, because land is power, and you don't have any. We are landless peasants in our own nation, our own country, our own land.